And welcome back to the Arizona, excuse me, Arizona Daily Mix. Now, Rachel, we call you the managed mom. We got to change this.
Well, you know, it's manic managed mom.
I'm sorry, manic managed mom. Yeah. But we got to change it now to, like, I don't know, the traveling.
Road trip with Rach.
Road trip with Rach.
Road trip with Rach.
Okay, that's what we're going with now because you've been going all over the place. But let's step back a little bit.
Okay.
And talk about why this really all came about is because you wanted to live out your dream, and that was to be a travel writer.
Yes, loving it, loving it. Because my two passions, years ago, I did marketing with Southwest Airlines, and I have a journalism degree. I worked at Channel 3 with you, as you know. So now that my kids are grown up, I'm able to combine my two passions, which is traveling. And I love to do it and show folks how to do it and save money. That's why it's Road Trip with Rach. A lot of them driving there. And today, that's what we did, because Vegas is such an easy drive from Phoenix.
It is. It's not that bad. I've done it a couple of times.
Yeah.
And so what I'm loving, too, is that you went to somewhere that everyone thinks it's the young, you know, it's kind of interesting. It used to be for old people, then it became young people, and now it's going back to everybody, kind of, right?
Really, and I had not been there in 10 years, and this time around, I didn't gamble. I wasn't even hungover, because I didn't drink that much, which is crazy for Las Vegas.
Yeah.
But I went to find some hidden gems, things maybe you didn't think about that you don't want to miss that are actually centrally located. So my travel producer, Kim, we had a great time, 48 hours in Vegas, and I'm so excited to show you what we found.
Let's go with it. Let's go. All right, what's our first one?
Okay, the first one is where we stayed, because this is very new, just opened in 21. It's the Resorts World Las Vegas, and it's got 3 properties there, the Hilton, Conrad, and Crockford's, and it's the first integrated resort built on the Strip in a decade. So it's very new. Look at all the photo ops as you walk through, and I love this place too because it's on the north end of the Strip. Oh, that is called the Video Globe, and we were there also to see Carrie Underwood. Check me out there. That is the view from my hotel room. They have a wonderful pool area, 7 pools, and I like to show you real footage from my room, not from the fancy website, and it really was that nice. And again, we stayed in the Hilton one, which is going to be the better value, and the room's super comfortable. And what I love too is that this place, you just walk outside of your room, and there are over 40 restaurants. There's a 117,000-foot casino. There's the theater where we saw Carrie Underwood. So there's so much you can do without ever leaving the property.
Oh my gosh, this is so great.
So I absolutely highly recommend that property. Again, pretty new, and again on the north end of the Strip, so you're still by the action, but it's a little less hectic.
Got it.
I love it.
Next up.
All right, let's talk about the Carrie Underwood concert. Oh my goodness, that was so much fun. And right there on the property, before you go into the theater, look at all this fun. They had all these setups so you could get these photo ops. We were having such a good time, Brad. And they also have a merchandise store. So a lot of times you can't get the concert t-shirt unless you go into the show.
Right.
Not at this property, because they have their own store. So that's a look of the Resorts World Theater. It's one of the largest and tallest in Vegas. And there she is.
Is this her
Carrie
residency
Underwood.
there? Is that what's happening?
Yes, and they added shows in 2024.
Wow.
Boy, does she have the pipes. She sang all the hits we know, and then she really has some beautiful faith songs as well. And check this out. There I am dancing, Brad.
Front row.
Oh, you know, to save money, we actually were a couple rows back, way on the end, but it was still really good seats, because whenever she came over, we got a good look at her. And look at that. I mean, all of her performers. It was phenomenal.
Wow, amazing.
Loved it. Highly recommend it.
So, and taking the picture, and what's really nice, your producer who just turned 50.
Yes.
Was her like little road trip?
For telling on
Why?
TV.
What? Did I? Well, why?
No, Kim is great. You know, we all used to work together years ago.
Yeah, we did. So that's awesome.
So it's been so fun that when she has time, she goes with me on the road.
I like that. So, all right, what else do you have for us?
Okay, the Neon Museum. I am so digging this place, Brad. I thought we'd spend an hour in there, but we were there even longer. It starts out in the historic La Concha Motel from 1961. This is a nonprofit 501c3 museum that collects, preserves, studies, and exhibits iconic Vegas signs. What a fun way to learn about Vegas, right? Yeah. And it's outdoors, so you can take the kids, you can spend time, or you can go through it quickly. Right there close to downtown Vegas. Now, I thought that was an R for Road Trip with Rach, but it's not, Brad. Too bad.
And you know the history about this actual area was it was a junk pile. And what would happen is that people would go out there at night and have parties and stuff, because it was just a junkyard. And they said, well, wait, we got all this amazing stuff on it. Why don't we turn it into a little museum?
Yeah.
But I remember way back, I went to this, out to the junkyard for a party.
Yeah, isn't that something?
So crazy.
Oh, my goodness.
Well,
you have to go back and go to the Neon Museum because you will absolutely love it. There's the Stardust sign, and the hotel we stayed in used to be on the previous Stardust property.
Yeah.
But I cannot recommend the Neon Museum enough. You got to go. You will love it.
I love it. All right, you're going to come back in the second half of the show.
Later in the show, I'm going to tell you about the Mob Museum and also a surprise stop and where to eat and drink when in the Sin City. Actually, we had an angelic time, though, in Sin City, I have to say.
All right. We'll see you in the second half of the show we love. All right, thank you. Welcome back to the Arizona Daily Mix. It's time for our second half of Road Trip with Rachel.
Viva Las Vegas.
Viva Las Vegas. So I love this. All right, so we first talked about where you stayed, and that was the
Resorts World Las Vegas.
I love it.
New property.
And then going to the Carrie Underwood concert.
Yep, and then we did the Neon Museum, and we found another museum. I brought the video. It is so cool. It's called the Mob Museum.
Yes.
And I got to tell you, do not miss this because it is definitely a gem. There it is. We're rolling now on that video. It is the Mob Museum, National Museum of Organized Crime and Law Enforcement. And guess what I found, Brad? I found moonshine tasting. There you go. And so what was so fun about that is it's a class and you get to taste, but you're also, they take you back to the Prohibition period. So you get a history lesson that's quite tasty. Those samples were strong, so I only had a little bit, but you could see the equipment that they use, and it's award-winning. You can buy some if you want. They have an underground speakeasy as well. Drink your water. And then check that out. That is the gin-based bathtub fizz at their bar.
And then this wall right here, 100
That's into the main museum. Now, you have got to make sure that you book reservations to go to the Interactive Crime Lab. There's my travel producer, and she loved it. They did my fingerprint and told me which mobster I most like, and those are real deceased bodies, and you try to figure out, they give you clues, you try to figure out what happened.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so first,
so cool.
wait, you skipped over one thing.
Yeah.
That you are actually, you got your fingerprint done, and they said you match up to a certain mob boss?
They did, yeah.
And who's your mob boss?
I guess it's Jacob Drucker, I guess.
Jacob Drucker.
So there
I don't
you
remember
go.
Jacob Drucker.
You know, I didn't research him, but
All right.
but it was just so fun. So definitely hit the Mob Museum.
All right.
You will love it. Okay, now have you done this? Have you made time to stop at Hoover Dam?
No, I haven't.
We did it. We finally did it. I so recommend this. It's just 37 miles from Vegas, and not only is it fun to do, but you get a ton of exercise, which is great to stretch your legs. You know, there's the famous bridge. You can hike up and walk across that as well. They have 3 different tours that range from $10 to $30. Totally recommend this for the family.
How many different tours?
3.
Is one of the Transformer tour?
Yes,
So
yes, I've got a picture of that, as a matter of fact.
I was gonna say, is it? Wow.
Yeah, but here we are up at the observation deck, so you get the 360-degree view of the dam, the Colorado River, Lake Mead, and the bypass bridge. And you know, the Hoover Dam is one of 7 industrial wonders of the world.
Yeah.
So again, it's such a great place to go and get exercise, and again, take the family. But you were asking about the tour, and as you see us pan over to the dam part, see the roof?
Yeah.
We actually go all the way down into that building, and you're going to see that video here in
that's
just
where they keep the
a second.
Transformers?
Exactly. So here we are. So
I think
we are
Bumblebee down there one time.
Really?
Yeah.
So we're 570 feet down there, and then underneath us is this rushing pipe of water. Here's what you were asking about: the generators.
No,
Okay.
Transformers.
Oh, okay. Then I was confused. I got to see the generators. So
Yeah,
we'll
no,
have to go
the
back.
Transformers. That's where they
No.
keep the Transformers.
But you know what? There's another tour we didn't do, so we should check it out.
That's right, where the Transformers
yeah,
are kept.
I bet you're right. I bet you're
so
right.
they keep that in a little box.
Yeah, but I recommend that. Okay, last but not least, where to eat and drink when in Sin City. So let's roll on that. So there we are in Las Vegas, having a great time. So there is a great cafe called Cafe Lola, and Food Network named it one of the most Instagrammable restaurants in America. I know that you would love that, Brad.
Cute.
And it's European cafe inspired, locally owned. You can see how good the food is, and look at that. Look at the
that.
decor. And they have several locations. They're even in the newest Allegiant Stadium.
So, wow.
So yeah, definitely great coffee. I had a pistachio latte that I want to go back and have another one.
Oh.
And then great photo ops. There's a bakery counter. So you definitely want to go there. Now the next place I know you're going to dig, because you keep talking about Mark Wahlberg.
Yes.
Right? So guess where we went?
Whataburger?
To Wahlburgers. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we went there. So you definitely want to hit that,
So you hit that
as
place.
well.
I love
Lots
it.
more places I covered in my blog at managemoms.com. I've got links to everything. And I brought you guys souvenirs.
Oh, thank you.
Some little tea, salt and pepper shakers for your break room, Brad.
Look at that. We got all, I love it. So,
Shot
all right, so when I was
glasses,
talking about the Transformers,
Yeah.
it's the movie, The Transformer. That's where they, down in the
Okay,
Hoover
I got
Dam.
you now.
No?
Now I know what you're saying.
What's our next thing with you? What do you got going on next?
Next, I think I'm going to do Marina Del Rey. How does that sound?
Ooh, I like
yeah.
that.
And
That's
some
nice.
more
We love-
Arizona road trips as well
Yeah.
coming up soon.
Perfect. So I love it. Rachel, thanks for stopping in
Thank
and
you,
sharing the Vegas
Brad.
trip with us.